Evening is settling softly now, like a quiet blanket being drawn over the day. The edges of the world grow gentle, and the bright thoughts of earlier hours start to dim and drift away. Here, in this calm space, nothing needs to happen quickly. Nothing needs to be fixed or figured out. You are simply arriving, just as you are, and that is more than enough. Notice how the body meets the place where it rests. The bed, the couch, the soft surface beneath you. The way it holds you up without asking anything in return. You do not need to hold yourself together. The surface beneath you is already doing that. Allow your weight to be real and honest. No need to sit up inside yourself. You can sink just a little, then a little more. Let the shoulders drop even a fraction. Let the jaw loosen just enough to feel a tiny bit of space. Breath is moving in and out, whether you pay attention to it or not. But for a moment, turn your gaze inward, gently, toward that quiet rhythm. Feel the coolness of air as it comes in, the soft warmth as it goes out. No need to change the breath. No need to make it deep or slow. Simply notice what is already here. Each inhale arriving, each exhale leaving, like a small tide inside the chest. If it feels comfortable, let the next breath be just a touch slower, like you are sighing without sound. In and out, in and out. With each out-breath, a little more of the day can slide away. Thoughts may still wander. They might tug at you or ask you to return to old moments, old tasks, old worries. You do not have to push them away. You also do not have to follow them. You can imagine them as faint shapes passing behind a curtain, soft and distant, fading into the evening. Here, in this gentle pause, there is nothing to achieve. No perfect way to rest, no right way to relax. However you are is allowed. Sleep will come in its own time. For now, it is enough simply to be here. Feel the back of the head resting, supported, the curve of the neck softening. If there is any strain, notice it, and imagine it loosening like a knot slowly untying itself. The face becomes a little heavier. The tiny muscles around the eyes grow quiet. Let the eyes rest however they want to rest. If they are closed, they can close a little more fully, like heavy curtains meeting in the middle. If they are still slightly open, they may grow blurred and lazy, and then gently drift shut in their own time. Darkness gathers behind them, calm and kind. Move awareness down through the shoulders, down the arms. Feel how each arm lies where it has chosen to lie. The upper arms, the elbows, the forearms, the hands. Each finger, each thumb, held without effort. As if gravity is doing all the work and you are simply letting it. If you notice a place holding on, clenching or bracing, you might invite it to soften by just one small degree. Not forcing, not demanding, only a quiet suggestion. Here, too, you are safe enough to let go. The chest rises and falls with a comforting, familiar rhythm. Some breaths may be long, some may be short. They do not have to match. They do not have to be even. They are simply the body's way of rocking itself gently. Feel the heart somewhere within that space, beating according to its own wise pattern. You do not have to manage it. You do not have to check on it. It has been carrying you all this time, and in this moment, it simply keeps you company in the quiet. The weight of the body spreads softly across its resting place. The back, or the side, or the front. Whichever way you are lying is completely fine. The hips release a little more into the surface beneath them. The legs grow heavier, as though they are sinking slowly into warm, supportive sand. Notice the length of each leg, the thighs, the knees, the calves. Notice the ankles resting, the feet relaxing. The toes no longer need to grip or balance or move. They can unfurl like small leaves after rain. If the mind returns to the day, you might gently guide it back with a simple phrase inside, spoken softly to yourself. Something like, "Nothing to do now," or "I am safe here," or even just "rest." Short, simple words, like small lights in the dusk, leading you gently back. As the body settles, the room around you can grow softer in your awareness. Any sounds that remain can be allowed to exist without pulling you. They are part of the night, part of the world continuing on, while you drift into your own quiet place. You do not have to respond to any of it. Now, imagine that just beyond the darkness behind your closed eyes, evening is gathering in a different world. The air there is cool and gentle, touched with a pale, silvery glow. Far away, shapes of tall, slender trees begin to form, like quiet guardians waiting patiently in the twilight. You do not need to see them clearly, only a suggestion, a feeling, their trunks smooth and faintly shining, as though made of glass that remembers moonlight. Their branches reaching up and out, holding the sky with careful hands. Each breath brings you a little closer to that calm, waiting place. Each exhale carries you forward, without effort, the way a leaf might float on a slow stream. There is no rush to arrive. The journey itself is already rest. Notice once more the simple rhythm of breathing, in and out, like walking peacefully along a soft path you cannot quite see, but somehow trust. A path that curves gently ahead, leading between those shining, whispering trees. A sense of protection begins to gather around you, almost like a light shawl wrapped over your shoulders. Safe, steady, quiet. As though the night itself is watching over you, kind-eyed and unhurried. Nothing can demand your attention here. Nothing can reach you that you do not wish to meet. The body is heavier now and also lighter in a different way. Heavier against the bed, but lighter in the mind. Thoughts growing slow, spread out, like clouds drifting apart in a wide sky. Spaces of silence opening between them. If any worry tries to return, it can be gently placed outside this space, for now. Not thrown away, not denied. Just set down on a distant shelf in a safe corner where it can wait until morning light. Tonight is only for softness, only for drifting. Breath continues its gentle work, rocking you like a quiet sea. In and out, in and out, each wave a little slower, a little smoother, a little softer. The edges of the body blur at the sides as if you are wrapped in warm, dim air. Somewhere just ahead, among the pale, gleaming trees, a hush is waiting. A deeper quiet, where even thoughts speak in whispers, if at all. You do not need to reach for it. It will come to meet you, step by slow step, breath by easy breath. For now, it is enough to rest where you are, held by the surface beneath you, held by the gentle rhythm of your own breathing, held by the soft idea of that dream-glass forest, waiting patiently beyond closed eyes. Nothing is asked of you. Nothing is expected. You are allowed to relax, to drift, to disappear into stillness for a while. The night will keep watch. And so you rest here on the threshold, with the body heavy and safe, the mind growing quiet and dim, the breath like a soft, endless lullaby. Slowly, gently, easing you toward the deep, silent paths among those whispering glass-bright trees, and into a deeper and deeper quiet. Evening hangs softly around you like a quiet veil. Daylight has thinned to a pale, gentle glow, and the world feels slower, calmer, hushed. Your body is resting, settled where it is, held by the surface beneath you. Breath moves in and out in a slow, easy rhythm, and with each exhale, the day loosens its hold a little more. In the stillness of this moment, imagine yourself standing at the edge of a different world. You are right at the border where ordinary day fades and a soft dream begins. Ahead, the land opens into a forest unlike any you have ever seen. It waits quietly, patient and kind, bathed in a pearly evening light. The sky above is neither bright nor dark. It is a smooth, muted glow, like light seen through thin clouds or through a calm window just after sunset. Everything feels softened, as if sharp edges have melted away. You are not in a hurry. You are exactly on time. As your eyes adjust to this gentle light, the first shapes of the forest come into view. Tall trunks stand together in quiet stillness, their surfaces translucent, glowing faintly from within. They look like trees made of the softest glass, clear and smooth, yet somehow warm and welcoming. They do not dazzle or shine harshly. They shimmer the way calm water does when the last light of evening rests on its surface. Take a slow, easy breath and let your attention rest on those glass-like trunks. You notice the way the soft glow passes through them, as if the light is breathing with you. On the in-breath, the glow feels a little fuller. On the out-breath, it it seems to loosen and relax, as though the whole forest is exhaling along with you. You take a gentle step forward in your imagination and become aware of the ground beneath your feet. It is smooth, cool, and comforting, like frosted glass warmed slightly by the touch of evening. There are no sharp edges, no rough stones, nothing to watch out for. Each step is quiet, safe, and easy, as if the ground is glad to carry you. With each slow step, a soft sense of curiosity unfolds. This place is new, and yet something deep inside you feels as if it has always known how to be here. The quiet around you is not empty. It is filled with a faint musical hush, like the faraway singing of crystal wind chimes carried on the gentlest breeze. The sound is barely there, just a tender shimmer at the edge of hearing. It rises and falls with your breathing, with your calm heartbeat, with the weight of your body settling deeper into rest. Nothing about it demands your attention. It simply surrounds you like a soft blanket of sound that says, "You are safe here." You stand for a moment at the threshold of the glass forest. All around, the translucent trunks rise, their branches stretching tenderly overhead. The branches are delicate and clear, and through them the pale evening glow filters down in slow, flickering patterns. Light moves the way a candle flame might move behind a thin curtain, gentle and soothing. As you breathe in, notice the air here. It is cool and pure, with a faint scent that might be rain on dry stone, or morning on a quiet shore. Each breath feels clean and easy, as if it is brushing out the small knots of the day, one by one. Shoulders soften. Jaw loosens. The muscles around the eyes let go. Your mind might still carry little scraps of thought, tiny pieces of the day. Here, in this soft light, they do not need to be pushed away. They simply drift to the edge, like leaves floating toward the banks of a slow river. You are free to watch them drift, and free to turn your attention back to the glowing forest that waits for you. With another slow breath, you take a few more steps into the trees. The sound underfoot is almost silent, a delicate, muted tap, like fingertips on glass. Each step is steady and sure, and the ground gives just enough, as if it understands your weight and welcomes it. You do not need to know where the path leads. The path already knows how to carry you. As you walk, the translucent trunks stand quietly at your sides. Some are tall and thin, others wider, with thicker, gentler curves. Within each one, soft light moves in slow patterns, like a sleeping glow that never quite fades. The colors are pale and soothing, hints of silver, pearl, and the faintest blue, all blending into the calmness of the evening. Every now and then, the musical hush in the air shivers very lightly, as if the trees themselves are whispering to one another. The sound carries no words, only a feeling of welcome and peace. If this forest could speak, it would say, You do not have to do anything here. Simply be. Simply breathe. Notice how your body, resting where it is, responds to that message. Perhaps your hands feel a little heavier, more relaxed. Perhaps your legs sink more fully into the surface beneath them. Perhaps your chest rises and falls with a little more ease, a little more space around each breath. Light continues to slip softly through the glass branches above. When your breath deepens, the light seems to slow with it. A longer inhale, and the gentle glow seems to gather itself. A longer exhale, and the glow loosens, spilling softly across the trunks and the smooth ground in pale ripples. You do not have to match the light. It quietly follows you, taking its cues from your own natural rhythm. In and out, glow and ease, breath and rest. The deeper you move into this dream-glass forest, the more you feel its kindness. There is no sense of getting lost here. Every tree, every quiet, shimmering trunk feels like a friend standing nearby. They keep you company without crowding you, without asking anything of you at all. You might pause beside one of these trees. Up close, the surface looks smooth and clear, with soft, cloud-like patterns drifting deep within. When your fingertips imagine resting against it, you find it is not cold. It is cool in a comforting way, like holding a smooth stone that remembers the warmth of the sun. As you linger there, the faint musical hush seems to gather around this place. It hums softly through the trunk, through the branches, through the air, and then gently through you. Your breath falls into that hush without effort. Your thoughts grow quieter, more spacious, more distant. Time in this forest feels different. Moments lengthen, stretch, and soften. There is no rush to go anywhere. No need to plan, or decide, or keep track. You are simply here, watching the gentle flicker of light move slowly through glass-like limbs. Above and around, the pale evening glow has settled into a steady, pearly dusk. The sky is calm and still, offering no urgency, no demand to stay awake. You can feel the reassuring weight of your own body at rest now, more clearly and more kindly. The body is here, safe and grounded. The mind is free to wander softly among the glowing trunks. Every breath you take seems to deepen the connection between the two. Body resting, mind drifting, both held together gently by the calm of this forest. There is a quiet understanding in the air that it is all right to let go even more, to sink a little deeper into comfort, to trust the ground beneath you and the glass forest around you. The musical hush fades a little, becoming even softer, like a distant memory of sound. The shimmering trees stand quietly, watching over you as the last traces of the day dissolve into this peaceful dreamlight. Your steps slow, and then slow again, until you are almost not walking at all, just breathing, just being. Here, in the tender glow of the dream-glass forest, curiosity has melted into calm. Wonder has become a gentle, steady presence. Nothing is strange anymore. Everything belongs, and you belong within it. Light through the branches, cool, smooth ground beneath you, soft air on your skin, the quiet rhythm of breath, moving in and out at its own unhurried pace. You rest within this safe enchantment without needing to hold it or name it or keep it. It holds you. It keeps you. And as the evening deepens, the forest simply continues to glow, quietly, kindly, around the soft place where your body rests, and your mind drifts slower and slower into silence. Soft quiet gathers all around, like a gentle hush settling over the forest. The air feels calm and easy, as if it has been waiting for this slow, unhurried moment. Somewhere above, the tall, dream-glass trees stand in silent kindness, their branches holding the night in a loose, relaxed embrace. Just ahead, a smooth path begins to wind forward. It curves gently between the trunks, pale and soft underfoot, almost glowing with its own quiet light. The way it bends and sways is calm and natural, like the slow turning of a river that knows exactly where it is going. A first step meets the ground. The touch is light, careful, almost reverent. There is a faint, delicate echo, like a distant heartbeat, traveling down through the glassy earth and back up through the soles of the feet. It is not loud or sharp. It is a soft thump, far away and comforting, as if the forest itself is humming along with each movement. Another step follows. Heel, then the ball of the foot, then the gentle roll of the toes. Again that tender echo, pulsing once, and then fading, leaving the air even quieter than before. Each step unfolds in its own calm rhythm, unhurried, easy, with all the time in the world. With every touch of the path, tiny motes of light drift upward, slow and lazy. They rise from beneath each footfall like faint sparks of dust in warm air. Not bright, not startling, just soft points of glow that float a little way up, then ease back down or melt gently into the darkness between the trees. Breath falls into the same gentle pace. In, soft and smooth. Out, just as slowly. Steps and breathing begin to match each other, like two friends walking side by side, not needing any words at all. The path arches in an easy curve to the left. It does not twist sharply or pull away. Instead, it leans into the forest with a graceful, patient bend, as if inviting the body to sway along with it. The shoulders relax a little more with the turn, as though some invisible weight has quietly loosened and slipped away. Underfoot, the surface of the path is cool and perfectly smooth. There are no sharp edges here, no sudden dips, nothing to catch or trip. Each step feels guided, supported, as if the ground knows just how to meet the foot, matching its pressure, softening its landing. The body can trust this path. It has a softness that feels safe. Ahead, the trees thin just enough for a small clearing to appear. Light gathers there in a quiet pool, gentle and muted, like the last glow of evening resting on still water. As the path leads closer, each step carries a little more ease, as though the clearing itself is breathing out a welcome. In this small open space, the air seems wider, more spacious. The dream-glass trunks stand a little farther apart, giving room for the mind to drift and wander. Motes of light rise and fall with every movement, floating like tiny lanterns, then fading into the calm night above. Standing here for a moment, breath and footsteps slow down together. The body remembers the shape of the last few steps, the gentle heel, the rolling arch, the soft lift of the toes. That memory settles in, like a simple, soothing pattern that can repeat itself for as long as needed. When the walking begins again, it does so without effort. The path narrows just a little and begins to curl back into the embrace of the trees. Each curve is broad and relaxed, never sharp, never confusing. It feels as though the path is paying close attention, adjusting itself so the way forward always makes sense, always feels kind. With every step, the faint echo returns. Soft heartbeat against the glassy ground. The sound is barely there, yet steady enough to be felt. It seems to match the beat in the chest, quiet and sure, as if the forest and the body are sharing the same calm rhythm. Breathing moves in time, in with a step, out with the next. Sometimes the breath is a little longer, sometimes the stride is a little slower, yet everything stays in a gentle harmony. Nothing needs to be forced. The body simply follows its own natural tempo. On one side, the trees lean in closer, their smooth trunks catching and releasing the soft motes of light. They drift up from each step, hover lazily, then rest against the glass bark like little stars pausing to listen. On the other side, the forest opens slightly, hinting at more hidden spaces, more secret, peaceful corners. The path feels like a quiet thread stitching these places together. The further the path winds on, the more it seems to understand. It never rushes. It never pushes. Instead, it offers a steady, reliable way forward, each gentle curve giving time to breathe and soften. Every turn feels like a small reassurance. You are guided. You are safe. You are carried. Another clearing appears, a little larger this time. The light here is deeper and more restful, with shadows that feel soft and warm rather than dark. The path glides through the center like a slow stream, clear and simple. Stepping into this space, the chest loosens, the jaw eases, the muscles in the back let go, just a little more. In this open place, each footstep seems to grow quieter. The echo under the glassy ground becomes a whisper, felt more than heard. The motes of light lift gently into the stillness, then hover as though they are content to stay nearby for a while. They are like a calm, flickering breath around the body, a soft reminder of how gentle each movement can be. The mind begins to follow the path of the feet. Thoughts slow, spread out and grow lighter, like the drifting lights themselves. One thought rises, pauses, then drifts away. There is no need to hold on to it. Another comes, just as soft, and passes by just as easily. The forest feels more familiar now. Each tree, each curve of the path, each small clearing carries a sense of quiet recognition. Without needing to think about it, the body knows that this way is kind. There is a growing trust in the simple act of moving forward, one calm step at a time. As the path gently bends again, a cool, soothing stillness settles over the shoulders and down the spine. It is as if the Dream-Glass Forest is laying a soft hand along the back, guiding it into deeper rest. The rhythm of walking and breathing continues, but it has become so easy, so natural, that it almost feels like floating. For a moment, attention lingers on just one step. The soft lift of the foot, the light swing forward, the tender meeting with the ground, the faint heartbeat echo, the slow rise of tiny lights, then the same pattern again and again, like a lullaby without words. The spaces between each step begin to feel wider, more peaceful. Even as the body keeps moving, silence opens gently around every movement, like calm water opening around a drifting leaf. In that silence, the forest seems to breathe along. The trees are quiet, steady companions, keeping watch in their own deep stillness. Somewhere ahead, the path continues to wind deeper into rest. It stays smooth and sure underfoot, gently illuminated by each new touch. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is asked. There is only this slow, trusting walk, this easy meeting of breath and step, this quiet companionship with the dream-glass night. With each soft footfall, comfort grows a little fuller. With each drifting mote of light, the mind grows a little softer, a little more spacious. The path holds steady, supportive and clear, while awareness begins to grow lighter, like mist between the trees. And so the walking becomes almost like a gentle sway, forward and forward again. Breath and step, heartbeat and echo, all blending together in a calm, hazy rhythm that can go on and on and on, until even the sound of the footsteps feels like part of the silence. A quiet, tender sound, fading softly into the stillness of the forest night. The path carries you forward until it softens into a quiet clearing. Here, the world seems to pause. The air is cooler, lighter, as if it has been washed clean by starlight. You come to rest beneath a wide, gentle canopy, and above you, something begins to sing. At first, it is almost nothing, just the faintest shimmer of sound, like a breath drawn across the rim of a glass. Then, as the air stirs, a soft chiming rises and falls overhead. Not loud, not sharp, just a scattered music, drifting down like light rain. You look up into a ceiling of delicate glass leaves. They hang from slender branches, thousands of them, catching the night. Each leaf is thin and clear, shaped like a teardrop, or a feather, or a tiny wave. They sway in the mild breeze, brushing and touching, and with each gentle meeting, a note is born. The forest here has become an instrument. Every breath of air is a fingertip. Every leaf is a small, shimmering bell. Together, they weave a quiet song that wraps itself around you, slow and easy. The tones are soft and layered. Some leaves chime with a high, silvery ring, bright and tiny. Others answer with a rounder, lower note, like a faraway lullaby. Between them, small clicks and whispers drift, the sound of edges gently kissing and gliding apart. You stand, or sit, or simply linger beneath this glass canopy. Cool air brushes your cheeks, the back of your neck, the palms of your hands. It moves in long, smooth sighs, not rushing, not pushing, just flowing past. With every slow exhale of the forest, the leaves respond, and the music deepens. Now the mind begins to quiet, almost without trying. Thoughts that were quick and sharp a little while ago grow soft around the edges. They slow to match the easy rhythm above you. Each chime feels like a gentle touch to the surface of the mind, smoothing, softening, easing. You start to notice how each tiny sound is different. One glass leaf brushes another with a thin, tinkling note, like a distant star winking. Another swings more slowly and gives a deeper, lingering tone, holding in the air just a little longer. Some barely make a sound at all, only a hushed, secret whisper as they slide past. The air is so clear that you can almost feel the sound on your skin. It seems to rest on your shoulders, cool and light. It flows along your arms, over your chest, down your back, bringing a quiet calm wherever it passes. Muscles that might have been holding on just a bit too tight begin to let go. Above, starlight finds its way through the glass leaves. It catches on each curved surface, splitting into tiny specks of silver and pale blue. As the branches sway, these little reflections move and shimmer. They drift across the leaves like wandering fireflies, soft and unhurried. The night sky and the glass canopy blend together. Sometimes it is hard to tell which light belongs to the stars and which belongs to the leaves. They mirror each other, sky and branches, distant and near, both breathing in the same slow rhythm. The forest feels open and endless, yet close and sheltering at the same time. Listen to the way the sound spreads out. It begins just above your head, then glides outward, touching branch after branch. The higher leaves add their own gentle notes, a faint halo of chimes that barely reach the edge of hearing. Further away, the music blurs into a soft, steady hush, like wind moving over water. Every now and then, a slightly stronger breeze passes through. The canopy answers with a fuller, brighter chorus as more leaves meet and ring. For a few heartbeats, the glass sings all around you, layered and tender and light. Then the air settles again, and the music falls back into a quiet murmur. In this easy pattern, your breathing finds its place. In, like the breeze gathering itself. Out, like the leaves sighing back into stillness. Each breath seems to join the forest's rhythm, part of the same slow song. The ground beneath you feels sure and kind. Whether you imagine moss or soft earth or smooth stone, it holds you with steady support. The body begins to trust that support more and more. Weight sinks down gently, as if the earth is inviting every bit of tension to flow away. Thoughts drift in for a moment, then fade like distant notes that never quite reach you. If anything arises, it is met by the chiming of the leaves, by the quiet flicker of starlight above. Without effort, each thought seems to soften, to blur at the edges, until it blends into the gentle background of sound. Nothing has to be solved here. Nothing has to be held. Now the chiming begins to feel farther away, even as it remains all around. The mind knows it is close, like a soft blanket of sound just above, but it no longer leans forward to catch each note. Instead, the music becomes a cradle, rocking thoughts slowly back and forth. Every ring of glass is another small wave carrying you deeper into ease. In this calm, small details appear and disappear like ripples. A faint, single chime over your left shoulder. A soft, sliding whisper somewhere to the right. A gentle brush of coolness across your forehead as another breath of air wanders past. The canopy moves in slow motion now. Branches sway only a little, as if the whole forest has relaxed. The glass leaves hang close to stillness, touching less often, choosing their moments. When they do meet, the sound is all the more soothing for its softness and space. You may notice longer, quiet stretches between the notes. These pauses feel wide and comforting, like deep, peaceful breaths. They give the heart and mind room to settle, to rest in the hush that follows each chime. In those spaces, calm seeps in a little deeper. Even the starlight seems to slow. The reflections move lazily across the glass, drifting without any rush. They tip from one side of a leaf to the other, then slip off and appear somewhere new, a gentle, wandering dance. The whole canopy glows with a dim, steady brightness, kind and tranquil. Here, sound and light and air work together, quietly and kindly. The coolness on your skin, the soft shimmer of tones, the slow tumble of starlight across the leaves, all of it leans toward rest. Everything around you seems to understand how to be gentle, how to be slow, how to be calm. If any last small pieces of tension remain, they begin to melt under this quiet song. Tightness loosens in the jaw, in the shoulders, in the hands. Even the tiny muscles around the eyes soften, as if they too are listening and letting go. It feels safe to be still here, safe to be quiet inside. Time loses its edges. Moments stretch out, one into another, smooth and unbroken, like a single long note held in the air. The glass leaves continue their unhurried music, sometimes almost silent, sometimes gently rising, then falling away again. You rest inside this slow rhythm, supported by it, wrapped in it. The forest does not ask anything of you. It only offers its soft sounds, its easy air, its sheltering branches. It sings to whatever is tired, whatever is restless, whatever is ready to release its grip. And little by little, everything within you answers that song by becoming quieter. The canopy above feels like a tender hand held over you, not heavy, just protective. The glass leaves, with their faint crystal voices, keep watch in a calm, steady way. Each new chime is softer than the one before, as if the forest itself is drifting towards sleep. As the music thins, the silence beneath it grows warmer, deeper, more complete. You remain here in this gentle cradle of sound and starlight. Breath slow, body easy, thoughts dim and distant like leaves at the very top of the trees, stirring only now and then. The last thing that matters is the feeling of being held in this quiet place, by the cool, clean air, by the soft, shimmering song above, by the deep, patient silence that waits between each fading chime, and then simply holds and holds and holds. The trees thin out ahead, and the hush of the forest opens into a wide, gentle clearing. Night hangs above like a deep velvet canopy, calm and spacious, and the air feels cool and soft along the skin. Underfoot, the ground grows smoother, almost like worn stone wrapped in moss, and every footstep becomes slower, quieter, more careful. The world feels like it is exhaling, settling into an easy, peaceful stillness all around. As the eyes adjust to the dim light, a soft glow begins to show itself. At first, it seems like scattered stars resting directly on the ground. Then the shape of it becomes clear. The clearing is filled with shallow pools, wide and glass smooth, each one holding a perfect reflection of the night sky above. They lie side by side, like pieces of still, dark glass, quiet and waiting, their surfaces almost too calm to be real. Above, stars shine in dark blue silence. Below, those same stars float in the pools, just as bright, just as steady. It feels as though the world has doubled, as if the sky has gently folded itself down to rest on the earth. In this place, standing at the edge of the pools, it is easy to feel held between two quiet heavens, above and below, wrapped in a soft circle of light. The air is so still that every breath feels slow and deep. With each inhale, the coolness of the night drifts in, light and unhurried. With each exhale, muscles soften just a little more, shoulders drop, and the mind loosens its grip on the day. The pooling starlight all around makes it natural to pause, to linger, to simply stand and watch the soft shimmer of the reflected sky. A nearby pool draws attention. Its surface is so clear that it feels like looking straight through into another world. Stars lie scattered across it, delicate and bright, as if someone had gently sprinkled tiny points of light over dark glass. Kneeling beside the pool, the ground feels firm and steady, supporting the slow, easy weight of the body. The surface of the water waits, patient and still, holding the night in its quiet hands. From this close, every detail becomes more vivid. Individual stars in the reflection seem to breathe with the smallest shifts of the air. A faint breeze passes, barely there, and the surface trembles just a little. The stars begin to ripple, slow and graceful, like fireflies drifting through a gentle current. They slide and stretch, bending around each other in slow motion before settling back into place. Watching the movement, the mind easily falls into the same rhythm. Thoughts slow, lengthening out like those ripples across the water. Nothing is urgent here, nothing is sharp. Everything softens at the edges. Awareness drifts from one tiny light to another, following the quiet curves and waves as the stars glide and then rest again. A hand reaches forward toward the surface of the pool. The water is close enough to touch, yet it still seems like touching the sky itself. Fingertips meet the cool surface with the lightest contact, a soft kiss of water around the skin. The pool responds with gentle rings, spreading out from that single point in smooth, perfect circles. Those rings move slowly, calmly, across the mirrored stars. They pass under clusters of starlight, bending them, stretching them, and for a moment the constellations become living, breathing shapes. Each ring of water carries tiny fragments of the night with it, like floating strands of soft silver. Then, as they widen and thin, the rings fade, and the surface grows still again, returning to perfect calm. The quiet rhythm of touching and watching becomes its own soft ritual. A fingertip brushes the water. A new circle of light moves outward. The stars slide, then settle. Each small movement is followed by stillness, as sure and gentle as the pattern of breathing. Inhale, exhale, ripples, rest. Looking more closely, another reflection begins to appear among the stars. Faint at first, then clearer. It is the gentle outline of a face, hovering there in the water, framed by constellations. Eyes softened by the dim light meet their mirrored gaze. The reflection is calm, unhurried, floating among star patterns that seem to accept it without question. As the hand moves again, the reflection begins to blur. Tiny waves cross through it, turning sharp lines into soft curves. The face blends with the stars, features loosening into shapes of light and shadow. Cheeks and eyes and hair melt into the swirls of constellations, so that it is no longer quite clear where the reflection ends and the starry patterns begin. The feeling of being separate grows looser, lighter. Here, at this pool, the stars above and the stars below feel close, almost familiar. Their calm, endless glow moves easily around the reflection, including it, folding it gently into their quiet space. It is as if the sky itself has made room, inviting this soft human outline to rest among the steady lamps of night. A sense of belonging begins to spread through the chest, warm and low and steady. The stars do not rush. They do not push. They simply exist, patient and constant, and that easy patience seems to flow into the body as well. The heart finds that slow rhythm, like a pool that has learned how to be still again after every ripple has passed. Now the mind begins to imagine something new. Thoughts, worries, and bits of the day start to appear as tiny, glimmering points of light. Each one a little star, each one drifting above the pools, waiting to be released into the quiet water. With a gentle breath out, the first of these little star thoughts is set down on the surface. The moment it touches the pool, it becomes a pale shimmer. A small, soft light lying weightless on the water. Then it slowly begins to move, carried outward by an unseen current. The edges of that light grow dimmer, fading into the darkness around it. Soon, it is only a faint glow, then only a memory of a glow, and finally, nothing at all. One by one, more of these thoughts are placed on the pools. Old concerns, loose pieces of conversation, things left undone. Each one turns into a star and rests for a while on the mirrored surface. Each one drifts, stretches out like a silver thread, and then fades, swallowed kindly by the calm of the water and the deep blue of the reflected night. The more that are released, the quieter the inner sky becomes. Space opens up inside, wide and peaceful. The pools hold everything with the same serene patience. They do not judge. They do not cling. They simply take in the small lights, let them travel as far as they need, and then absorb them into stillness. Now the stars above seem softer too. Their edges are less sharp, their glow more gentle. The pools below match them, dark and kind, full of calm echoes of light. The body feels safe between them, as if wrapped in a slow, star-filled embrace. The air around the skin is cool and comforting, like a blanket that has been chilled by night and warmed by breath. Kneeling here, close to the water, everything inside begins to settle. The rhythm of the heart aligns with the easy pace of the ripples. The quiet movement of the chest matches the rising and falling of the tiny reflections. Even the small muscles of the face grow soft, as if joining the blurred, peaceful image resting on the surface of the pool. After a while, the urge to touch the water fades. Hands rest loosely in the lap or at the sides, heavy and relaxed. The pools need no more ripples now. They lie in perfect calm, star-filled and smooth, like open eyes looking kindly back. The reflection in the water is gentle, a soft shadow surrounded by lights that hold it with silent acceptance. Time here feels slow and kind. There is no need to move quickly, no need to think ahead, just the sense of being quietly held between sky and reflection, between stars above and stars below. Breath by breath, this calm seeps deeper, flowing down through shoulders and chest into the center of the body, all the way into the quiet weight of arms and legs. The night deepens. The pools darken slightly, their surfaces smoothing into near-perfect glass. A few last star thoughts drift across and fade. Then even those soften until the mind feels spacious and dim, like a sky with only a handful of gentle lights left. Each remaining star glows with a slow, sleepy warmth, content not to shine too brightly. Around this soft center, silence gathers, the kind of silence that does not feel empty but full, full of rest, full of safety, full of the quiet promise that nothing more is needed right now. Only this stillness, this easy breathing, this sense of floating lightly between two peaceful heavens. In this place, with the star pools resting all around and the night sky watching calmly above, everything is allowed to drift. Thoughts drift. Awareness drifts. The whole body drifts, as if cradled on a dark, gentle current that asks for nothing at all. Little by little, the glow of the pools seems to dim, growing softer and softer, as the world relaxes into a deeper, quieter dark, and then into a hush, too calm for words. The trees begin to thin, and the path opens into a wide, gentle space, as if the forest is taking a soft, deep breath. You step forward, and the world around you loosens and brightens, like a slow dawn made only of quiet light. All around, the glass trees curve inward in a soft, graceful arc, their trunks leaning just a little, as though they are bowing toward the open air. Each trunk holds a pearly glow beneath its surface, a soft, milky light that feels tender and warm, even without heat. The branches arch above in a loose, shining canopy, not quite touching, leaving the center of the clearing open and calm, like the middle of a slow, peaceful heartbeat. As you arrive, the light seems to notice. It brightens by the smallest degree, a gentle stirring in the trunks and limbs, as if the whole clearing is exhaling in welcome. The glow is never sharp, never harsh. It simply grows a little fuller, a little closer, like a soft blanket being drawn up over tired shoulders. The air here feels different. It has a velvety weight, so light that it almost feels like you are floating inside it, drifting in a warm, invisible pool. Each breath moves in and out with no effort, smooth and easy, as though the clearing is breathing along with you, keeping the rhythm slow and steady. You notice how quiet it is, not empty, not hollow, just deeply, gently quiet. The kind of quiet that wraps around you, that settles over thoughts and softens their edges, until even the spaces between breaths feel calm and safe. The light along the nearest trunks responds as you shift your weight and take another step. It shimmers just a little brighter, like a calm smile, then settles again into its steady glow. You realize that the clearing seems to be aware of you in the kindest way, not demanding anything at all, only offering a place to rest. Underfoot, the ground is smooth and welcoming. It has the soft give of moss, the gentle support of a perfectly shaped cushion. Every step lands without sound, without strain, so that walking here feels almost like gliding, each movement flowing easily into the next. You move toward the center, drawn by the way the trees lean in, as if they are holding this open space in their joined, glowing arms. As you come closer, the light in the trunks deepens in tone, turning richer, more enfolding, like layers of soft fabric laid one over another. It is as though the clearing is gathering you in, guiding you to the heart of its quiet. In the very center, the light seems to pool. It isn't a single spot or a beam. It is more like a nest made entirely of gentle radiance. The air is thick with softness here, almost weightless, and yet somehow full, as though it could carry you, hold you, keep you from ever having to hold yourself up alone. You find your place in this center, allowing your body to settle. Whether sitting, lying down, or simply standing very still, your whole being understands that this is a place meant for rest. Muscles begin to release without you asking them to. Tiny lines of tension you didn't even know you were carrying begin to melt, loosening, dropping away into the quiet glow. The trees around you seem to bend just a little more, their arcs deepening into a protective circle. Their luminous trunks form a gentle wall of light, not closing you in, but sheltering you. You are inside something like a cradle of brightness, open to the sky, and yet completely held. As you exhale, the pearly light responds again, brightening softly, then fading back to its steady shine. It feels almost like a conversation without words. You breathe out, and the clearing answers with warmth. You breathe in, and its quiet presence folds deeper around you. Each breath becomes slower now. Inhale, and the air feels silky and smooth, flowing in like a calm tide. Exhale, and the soft light seems to catch that breath and carry it away, dissolving any tightness, any heaviness that might still be lingering inside. You might notice that any remaining worries, any last thoughts still trying to circle, begin to feel far less important here. They are like distant shapes beyond the glass trunks, fading at the edges, losing their color. The glow of the clearing is far stronger, far closer, and it fills your attention in the gentlest way, until all that really exists is this soft light, this easy breathing, this sense of being safely held. The luminous trunks seem to pour their glow inward, and very gradually that light spreads across the ground. It flows like water, but moves slowly, calmly, slipping into every small dip, every curve, every hollow, until the entire clearing feels like a shallow pool of pearly radiance. You are at the center of it, resting in the calmest part of the water, where nothing disturbs the surface and everything is at ease. Imagine the glow rising gently around you, not as something outside, but as something that understands you completely. It reaches your feet, your legs, your hips, your chest, like a warm, weightless blanket of light. Every place it touches feels a little softer, a little more relaxed, as if the forest has decided that you no longer need to do any of the holding, any of the bracing, any of the trying. The light does not press, does not push. It simply nestles into every space around you and within you, filling the tiny gaps where tension has lived. Shoulders that may have been slightly lifted without you noticing now have permission to drop, to sink, to be carried. The muscles of the face loosen, the jaw resting comfortably, the brows smoothing out like calm water. Thoughts, if they appear, are greeted by this soft glow and gently dissolved, like small clouds touched by morning sun. You do not have to chase them away or hold on to them. They just pass through the luminous air of the clearing, then wander off on their own, leaving behind nothing but quiet. The forest, with its glass trunks and gentle arcs, feels patient and unhurried. It is content to simply stay here with you, offering its brightness, its silence, its shelter. Nothing is expected of you. You do not have to move, or speak, or decide anything at all. Notice how deeply your body has begun to sink into this sense of safety. Every breath now is long and slow, each exhale like a soft release into the arms of the clearing. The soft, pearly light surrounds you completely, but it also seems to glow from within you, as though the forest has lit a small, steady lantern in your chest, a warm, quiet flame of ease. You may feel, in this moment, as though the line between your body and the light has become very thin. The edges blur. You are not separate from the clearing's calm. You are part of it, made of the same stillness, of the same gentle glow, the same slow unfolding peace. Time moves differently here. There is no rush, no schedule, only the soft, ongoing rhythm of breath and light and rest. The trees hold their gentle arc, watching over you with that silent, steady presence, and the clearing continues to cradle you in its luminous embrace. With each breath, you sink more deeply into this nest of light and quiet. You feel supported from beneath, wrapped around from all sides, and soothed from within. Your whole being understands that it is safe to surrender here, safe to let go of every last scrap of effort. Nothing needs to be done. Nothing needs to be fixed. In the radiant stillness of this clearing, you are already exactly where you are meant to be, gently held, quietly glowing, drifting deeper and deeper into rest. As the soft light continues to pour and pool around you, and the forest keeps its silent, tender watch, the forest around you has grown even quieter now. The air feels slow and soft, like the very beginning of morning, when the world is still deciding to wake. Ahead, at the edge of the clearing, a shape waits in the gentle, pale light. Simple, still, patient. A long, smooth bench formed from frosted glass, almost like a piece of dawn that chose to rest here and never leave. Its surface is a soft, cloudy white with a quiet glow beneath it. It looks cool and calm, like early light on a winter window. Not sharp, not cold in a harsh way, just steady, peaceful, clean. As you move closer, the forest seems to hold its breath for you. The trees stand watch in kind silence. The air feels clear around your skin. Every step slows a little more, as if this place itself is inviting you to take your time. You come to stand in front of the bench of frozen dawn. Its lines are smooth and rounded, with no corners to catch or press. The frosted glass looks strong, yet gentle, as if it knows how to carry weight and turn it into rest. You notice the way the light gathers inside it, soft white at first, like mist held in glass. Then, here and there, the faintest traces of colour. Hints of rose, the palest gold, a whisper of blue, drifting very slowly within the bench, as if the first colours of sunrise are wandering through it in their own unhurried way. You reach out a hand to touch the surface. Your fingertips meet coolness, fresh and smooth. It is like touching morning itself, cool enough to make you notice, but gentle, kind, easing tired skin. For a moment, just rest your hand there. Feel the way the glass supports your fingers, firm, unwavering, always there. The longer your hand rests, the more you sense a slight change. A tiny warmth beginning to answer your touch from within the bench. Now you ease yourself down, letting your body meet the glass. Maybe you sit. Maybe you slowly recline, letting your back and shoulders find their place. Whatever shape you choose, this bench makes room for it, holding you with quiet strength. At first, it feels cool beneath you, like a soft breath of early morning air. The smooth surface supports every place where you meet it. Hips, legs, back, arms. You are safely held, as if the bench has been waiting for you all along. Feel your weight begin to settle. Notice how gravity takes over the work. Nothing needs to be held up by effort now. The bench carries the heaviness with ease, and in doing so, gives that ease back to you. Your muscles begin to understand that they can let go. Across the back, along the shoulders, down through the legs. Little by little, they soften, as if the cool glass is quietly absorbing the leftover tension of the day. With every slow breath, you sink a tiny bit deeper into comfort. The bench does not move. It does not rush. It is as steady as stone, and yet kinder, smoother, more forgiving. As you remain there, the surface beneath you slowly starts to change. The coolness softens, warming just a little, responding to your presence. It is like the way the first rays of sun gently warm a window pane. Delicate, gradual, unforced. You might notice a mild spreading warmth beneath the place where your body rests. Not hot, not strong, just enough to say, you belong here. Enough to invite your muscles to sink and soften even more. Now your breath finds a slow, comfortable rhythm. In and out, in and out. Each exhale a tiny release. Each inhale a quiet refresh. As your breathing settles, your thoughts begin to follow. They slow down, like leaves drifting toward the forest floor. Nothing to push away, nothing to hold on to. If a thought appears, it is simply noticed, and then it gently drifts past, carried away by the softness of this place. Beneath you, the bench holds you in its calm. Inside the frosted glass, those faint colours begin to move a little more clearly. Still slow, still gentle, but now you can sense them drifting under you like a quiet sunrise beneath the surface. A wash of very pale pink may slide along the length of the bench. A soft golden glow might appear, then fade, then appear again, like light passing underwater. Perhaps a hint of gentle lavender glides along the edge, here and then gone, never hurrying, never asking for your attention, simply existing in calm motion. You do not have to watch these colours. You can just know they are there, beneath you, moving as slowly as your breath. Their silent flow mirrors the peaceful rhythm of your body at rest. Feel how this stillness begins to share itself with you. The bench does not think. It does not worry. It simply is. A presence of pure rest, supporting you in complete, quiet acceptance. Imagine that the stillness of the glass, its steady, unchanging ease, is gently touching every part of you that meets it. Where your shoulders rest, stillness flows in. Where your lower back is supported, calm seeps through. Where your legs and heels are cradled, the simple message of ease is passed along. Any place that feels tight or busy can lean a little more heavily into the bench. Let those areas feel the strength beneath them. Nothing to lift, nothing to hold. You are allowed to be heavy here, allowed to be simple, allowed to be unhurried. The longer you rest, the more your body understands that this is a safe place to be completely at ease. The forest around you watches over this quiet moment. Tree trunks stand like silent guardians. Branches sway very gently, if at all. The air itself seems to slow to the pace of your breathing. Inside the bench, the pale colours continue to drift, almost like a calm tide of light. Sometimes the glow softens, sometimes it brightens, just a fraction, always gentle, always slow, as if the light is breathing with you. Notice how your back feels now, where it meets the solid, smooth support. Perhaps a little flatter, a little more relaxed. The space between your shoulder blades might feel wider, softer, like two wings that have finally folded and come to rest. Notice your face, the small muscles around your eyes, your jaw, your forehead. Let them be touched by the same stillness that lives in the glass. If you like, you might imagine the faint glow of dawn light brushing across your features, smoothing them into ease. Your hands may rest by your sides or folded gently over your body. Feel their weight. Feel the quiet warmth in your palms and fingers. They do not need to hold anything now. They can be as empty and relaxed as the bench is silent. Everywhere your body meets the frosted glass, an agreement is made. The bench will hold, you will rest. Nothing more is needed. Thoughts may continue to arrive from time to time, as they always do. But here, their edges seem softer. They move more slowly, like shapes drifting behind misted glass. They do not disturb the deep, steady quiet that is beginning to grow within you. Your breath stays slow and gentle, in and out. The coolness beneath you now balanced with a soft, comforting warmth. The feeling of being cradled by something calm, something that does not change, no matter what passes through your mind. Notice how time feels here. It stretches out wide and open. Moments lengthen. Pauses deepen. You are no longer moving from one thing to the next. You are simply here, resting on a bench of quiet dawn, with nothing to do and nowhere to go. If you listen inwardly, you might sense your whole body becoming heavier and lighter at the same time. Heavier in the way it settles into the support, lighter in the way tension slips away, unnoticed, like mist fading from the trees. The glass beneath you remains steady, patient, always the same. It does not hurry you or ask you to change. Its only offering is this simple, reliable support. In its presence, your own breathing and heartbeat begin to move with that same deep steadiness. For as long as you rest here, this bench of frozen dawn waits with you. Its pale glow, its slow drifting colors, its cool strength and gentle warmth, all existing only to hold you in ease. You are safe in this soft, unhurried place. You are allowed to be quiet. You are allowed to be still. The forest, the glass, the quiet colors of morning beneath you, all of them rest with you now, in one shared, peaceful silence, growing softer and softer, as everything inside you continues to loosen, slow and gently settle into calm. The forest around you has grown very quiet and very still. The air is soft and calm. The glass trunks rise all around, pale and gentle in the dimness, like tall, patient guardians watching over a resting place. Above, the branches weave together in a high, sheltering canopy. The last traces of color have faded into a deep, comfortable dusk. It feels as though the whole forest is taking a slow, deep breath, and then another, and then resting in the quiet between. As the hush settles, something begins to change high in the branches. Tiny shapes start to stir along the glass limbs. They hang like small, unopened buds, barely visible at first, as if the forest is thinking about waking a very soft light. One of these tiny buds, far above, gives off the faintest shimmer. It is hardly more than a suggestion of light, like a thought that has not yet fully formed. Slowly, very slowly, it brightens, and you see that it is a little lantern. Its surface glows with a gentle, silvery warmth, never sharp, never bright, just a quiet sphere of ease. Another lantern begins to glow a short distance away. Then another. Each one unfurls with unhurried grace, as if the forest is taking its time, making sure not to startle the peace. They hang from the branches like captured fireflies, resting in clear globes, breathing out a calm, steady light. The glow is soft and kind. It reaches down through the glass branches, sliding over the smooth trunks, falling in delicate pools on the forest floor. Nothing is harsh. Nothing is bright. Everything is wrapped in a silvery evening warmth that seems to smooth the edges of every thought. More lanterns awaken, one by one. Each one takes its own slow moment, as if it is listening to the rhythm of your breathing. With every gentle inhale, another small light appears. With every soft exhale, the glow deepens and spreads, like a sigh of comfort floating through the trees. The forest begins to feel like a cocoon of light. These tiny globes sway slightly in the quiet air, their glow steady and calm. They do not flicker or rush. Instead, they hum with a slow, peaceful presence. You are surrounded by this soft radiance, held in a nest of silver and warmth. Notice how the light does not press or demand. It simply rests on your skin like a whisper. It folds around your shoulders, around your chest, around your whole body, the way a light blanket settles when you lie perfectly still. Your breath rises, and the light seems to rise with it. Your breath falls, and the light gently folds back down. Here and there, one lantern shines a little closer than the others. Its glow feels almost personal, almost aware. It hangs with quiet patience, as though it has been waiting for this exact moment, this exact stillness. In its soft circle of light, there is a feeling of being seen and softly cherished, just as you are. High above, hundreds of tiny lanterns dangle from the glass branches. Each one holds the same steady, silvery warmth. Together, they form a canopy of calm, a sky of close, kind stars that have drifted down to watch over the forest floor. The darkness is no longer empty. It is gentle and full and safe. The air feels slightly warmer now, touched by the lantern's soft glow. With each breath in, that warmth glides quietly into your chest. With each breath out, your body loosens a little more, releasing any last bits of tightness into the easy light. The forest seems to notice, and in response, another tiny lantern stirs and begins to glow. The pattern becomes simple and soothing. A slow breath in, a new point of light, a slow breath out. The glow around you deepens. In, soft light blooming. Out, soft light settling. Again and again, like a gentle lullaby made of breathing and silver radiance. Some lanterns carry a pale, moon-like hue. Others lean toward a faint, warm gold. All of them share the same quiet promise. Rest is welcome here. Rest is safe here. Rest is the only thing the forest is asking you to do. It feels as though each lantern holds a small wish, a wish for your body to be at ease, a wish for your mind to loosen its grip, to unclasp and float. These wishes drift down like soft feathers, brushing over your thoughts, smoothing them, softening them, letting them grow quieter and quieter. As you remain here, very still, the details of the trees grow softer around the edges. The exact lines of every branch become less important. What remains clear is the tender glow of the lanterns, and the way that glow makes the whole forest feel like a gentle room made only for rest. The glass trunks shine with faint reflections, catching the lantern light in many tiny echoes. One small globe of light appears again and again, mirrored in the smooth surfaces. It feels like being surrounded not only by the lanterns above, but also by countless reflections of their wishes for you below and all around. The forest floor is bathed in a dim, silvery wash. Shadows are soft and rounded, without any sharp corners. If a thought moves through your mind, it passes slowly, like a distant shape beneath still water. The lanterns seem to meet each thought with a warm glow, inviting it to quiet, inviting it to drift away. The longer you stay in this light, the slower everything feels. Time stretches gently, not in a heavy way, but in a peaceful, unhurried way. Moments melt into one another, like soft waves sliding up a calm shore and then sliding back again. Breath in, breath out, lanterns above, lanterns all around. Every lantern hangs with such ease, held by its delicate thread from the branch. They are not pulled, not strained, only suspended in perfect balance. In the same way, your body can rest in its own balance, supported by whatever holds you, needing no effort to remain. You do not have to do anything at all to be held here. The glow of the lanterns touches the quiet of your thoughts. Where there was once a busy hum, there is now a softer, slower rhythm. Ideas may still wander in, but they arrive gently and leave gently, like visitors who know not to stay long. The forest, with its thousands of dim lights, whispers that it is all right to let everything fade into drowsy silence. Now the hanging lanterns sway just the tiniest bit, as if moved by the slow tide of your breathing. They do not swing, they do not spin. They simply respond with barely their motions, as though breathing with you. In this shared rhythm, a sense of comfort settles more deeply, like a warm hand resting over your heart, calm and steady. Each sphere of light feels like a small message. You are safe. You are cared for. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to drift as far and as quietly as you wish. The forest becomes quieter still. The lanterns have all awakened now, and no new lights appear. Instead, the existing glow steadies into a gentle, constant presence, like a soft hum that never rises and never falls, always there in the background, always soothing. If you notice the spaces between your breaths, they feel wider now, more peaceful. Your body knows what to do without any help. Your breath moves on its own, and the lantern light continues to wrap around you, to shelter you, to hold you in this dream glass cocoon. Thought by thought, layer by layer, the mind loosens. The lanterns keep watch in the branches, patient and kind. Their soft, silvery warmth smooths the path towards sleep, lighting the way only enough to make you feel safe, never enough to keep you awake. Here, under this hanging sky of gentle globes, everything invites you to be still, to let the last words in your mind grow softer, then slower, then farther away, to float in the calm, steady light of the lanterns as they keep quiet, watch over your rest. And as the forest holds its breath in tender silence, the tiny lanterns in the branches continue to glow, soft and patient, constant and kind, cradling you in their warm, silvery hush, while everything else fades gently into quiet. The forest around you has grown very still now, soft and dim, as if the night itself is taking a long, slow breath. The air is cool and gentle on your skin. Each inhale feels easy and unhurried. Each exhale flows out like a quiet stream, loosening the last threads of the day. Somewhere above, the high branches shift in a lazy whisper. Not a strong wind, not even a breeze. Just the tiniest movement of leaves, like a sigh that never quite finishes. As you rest here, it becomes easier to notice how slow everything has become. The forest seems to move at its own calm pace. Nothing is rushing. Nothing is late. In this soft stillness, something begins to change in the air. At first, it is almost nothing, like a shimmer just at the edge of awareness. Then you begin to see tiny, drifting shapes appearing in front of you. They are small crystals of light, hanging in the air as if time has loosened its grip. Each one is no bigger than a snowflake. They form easily, then pause, suspended, unhurried, with no need to fall. They float in the space around you, delicate and slow. Each crystal turns so gradually that you could almost forget it is moving at all. As it turns, it catches the soft colors of the forest, hints of pale green, gentle blue, warm amber, all sliding across its tiny glassy surfaces. You notice one crystal near you now. It hangs in the air just in front of your face, so close you could almost breathe it in. Its edges are smooth and rounded, like something polished by endless time. A soft glow rests within it, not bright, just enough to be seen in the quiet dark. As you watch, it begins a very slow descent. Not like a raindrop falling quickly to the ground, more like a feather drifting through thick, comfortable air. It sinks, turning lazily once, like it has all the time in the world. Your breath begins to follow that motion. A long, gentle inhale, rising as the crystal hangs, turning so slowly. And then a long, soft exhale, flowing out as the crystal sinks a little lower. Each breath grows longer, smoother, calmer. More crystals appear now, all around you. They emerge from the quiet air like snowflakes made of glass and moonlight. Some are close, near your hands, your shoulders, your knees. Others are higher, settling among the branches like tiny, glowing seeds. Every one of them moves at its own slow pace. a drift here, a turn there, a tiny, patient fall that seems to stretch out beyond ordinary seconds. You begin to feel that the minutes of the day are dissolving into this slow, sparkling descent. The usual rhythm of time feels far away, like the memory of a distant road. There are no clocks here, no schedules, no numbers counting down. Only these gentle shapes sliding through the air, without hurry, without demand. As you watch, the crystals seem to carry with them the weight of all those busy hours. Each tiny piece of light holds one small worry, one old thought, one fading concern. And as they fall, those worries drift farther and farther from you, lighter, smaller, less and less important. You feel your shoulders soften a little more. The muscles of your face loosen, smoothing into quiet rest. The space between your eyebrows eases. Your jaw settles. No need to hold or clench. Another crystal floats by your hand. If you wish, imagine you slowly reach out, not to catch it, but to feel its cool presence near your fingertips. The air around it feels fresh and clear, like a small pool of mountain water. And as it drifts past, it leaves behind a faint sense of calm, a trail of softness that touches your skin. Now notice how the forest light itself is changing. The glow from the crystals paints the trunks of the trees with faint colors. A soft green ripples here. A quiet violet shimmers there. Everything is muted, peaceful, as if wrapped in a warm, dim blanket. The ground beneath you feels steady and safe. You are held here in this quiet place as the crystals fall with endless patience. There is no need to do anything, no need to decide or remember. Just this, just watching, just breathing. Time, as you once knew it, feels like it is stretching, thinning and gentling. Minutes stretch into long, calm spaces. Hours loosen, like knots being softly untied. You are slipping into a softer way of being, where each breath is its own small world. Another long inhale. You feel the coolness of the night, the sweetness of the forest air. And a long, unbroken exhale, releasing a little more of the day with each slow stream of breath. The exhale seems to last as long as the crystal's descent, as if breath and light are moving together. Far above, high in the dark canopy, more crystals are born. They appear like slow, gentle stars, but much closer. They take their time before they fall, floating in quiet suspension, waiting, resting, glowing faintly. Then they begin that same patient journey downward, passing through branches and leaves, sliding between slender trunks. Some land softly on moss, disappearing the moment they touch. Others rest on leaves before melting away, like a sigh that fades into nothing. With each one that fades, the old sense of urgency fades with it. The idea that anything must happen quickly dissolves. That tight, hurried feeling you may have carried begins to unravel. You are left with a clearer, gentler emptiness, like the sky after clouds drift away. Here, only this moment truly exists. Not the last moment, not the next one. Just this breath and this quiet fall of light. Each inhale arriving naturally. Each exhale returning you to the soft weight of your body, supported and safe. The forest feels as though it is breathing with you now. Trees resting on deep, slow rhythms. Roots reaching into the earth with ancient patience. The whole world around you seems to be in no hurry at all. Inside, something mirrors that stillness. Your thoughts slow, like leaves settling on calm water. They may rise and drift for a while, then gently sink back into the quiet. Nothing needs to be held onto. Nothing needs to be pushed away. You might notice moments where time almost disappears completely. You follow one crystal as it drifts past your eyes. For that small, endless while, there is nothing but its turning light and your easy breath. When it finally melts into the air, you feel even more relaxed than before. Another deep, soft breath in. Another long, unbroken breath out. As you breathe out, your body feels a little heavier in a sweet and pleasant way. Safe to sink, safe to rest, safe to be still. Now the crystals have grown fewer, though some still float nearby. Each one that remains seems to move even more slowly. They linger at the edge of your awareness, like distant, comforting thoughts. You can attend to them, or you can simply let them be. The quiet around you thickens, like warm, protective air. Your eyelids may feel heavier if they are not already closed. Your breath has its own easy rhythm now, without effort, without control. Inhale and exhale, rising and falling in the gentlest of waves. In this softened time, wrapped in slow drifting light, everything feels simple, safe, kind. Only this calm, quiet presence remains. The last crystals descend with almost unimaginable slowness. They fall through a world that has forgotten hurry. They vanish as they touch the earth, leaving behind only a deeper, sweeter stillness. You rest here, surrounded by the memory of their glow. Body heavy, mind light, breath slow and smooth. Nothing pulling you forward, nothing tugging you back. Only this soft, timeless now, growing quieter and quieter as you drift deeper into peaceful rest. The forest around you grows quieter, softer, as though every sound is being wrapped in a gentle layer of calm. The path beneath your feet, or beneath the place where your body seems to rest, becomes smooth and easy. Each step feels slower now, each breath a little deeper, a little calmer. The dream-glass trees stand close, watching over you in their quiet, glowing way. Ahead, something begins to open. The trees are thinning, not disappearing, but leaning back with care. They curve away in a slow, graceful arc, as if they have been waiting to make room just for you. The glow in their trunks softens to a muted, steady light. Nothing harsh, nothing bright, only a calm, even shimmer that feels like the memory of starlight. You step forward, or simply drift forward, and find yourself at the edge of a hidden clearing. The trees here form a gentle circle. Each one leans ever so slightly inward, as though they are gathered close in quiet conversation. Their branches reach toward each other, almost touching, weaving a soft, protective ring around the open space in the center. The air here is warm and still, safe, as if the whole forest is holding its breath in the kindest way. In the very center of the circle, the ground glows with a slow, pulsing light. It rises and falls in a calm, steady rhythm, up and down, brightening just a little, then softening again, like a peaceful heartbeat echoing through the earth, like the soft rise and fall of a sleeping chest. You can feel it through the soles of your feet, or through the length of your body if you imagine yourself already resting there. Each pulse is unhurried. Each wave of light is gentle and slow. For a moment, simply stand near the edge of this circle and notice the feeling here. The air is deeper somehow, thicker with comfort. Every breath moves in and out of your body like a slow tide, rolling in, easing out. The forest seems to be breathing too. The trees draw in a soft glow, then release it, their inner light flowing with the same unhurried rhythm as the ground. You are not separate from this. You are already part of it. When you are ready, move toward the center of the circle. The ground beneath you feels stable and kind, as though it is rising very gently to meet you with each step. You do not have to try. You do not have to hold yourself up alone. The earth is doing most of the work. The pulse beneath your feet greets you, and then greets you again and again, slow and sure. Find a place right in the center. You might stand there for a few breaths, feeling how the forest gathers around you, how every tree, every glowing trunk, every quiet leaf seems to be facing inward, toward you, as if you are the calm center of a soft, green universe. Nothing asks anything of you. Nothing presses in. It is simply a circle of quiet attention, of peaceful presence, holding you in place. Then, if it feels good, allow your body to lower to the ground. You could imagine yourself lying on your back, the smooth forest floor supporting you from head to heel, or curled on your side, or resting in any position that feels natural. The earth beneath you is firm, but not hard, solid, yet deeply gentle. As you settle, you can feel that slow pulse of light rise to meet you, touching along your spine, your shoulders, the back of your head. The glow does not stop at the surface. It seeps softly upward through you and around you. With every quiet wave, your body is cradled in light. Notice the rhythm beneath you. It is calm and predictable. No rush, no hurry. The light swells as though the forest heart is breathing in, and your body rises with it the tiniest bit. Then the glow eases as though breathing out, and your body melts a little deeper into the ground. Up and down, in and out. A slow, steady pattern like a lullaby that never quite turns into words. Allow your own breath to explore this rhythm. You do not have to match it exactly. There is nothing to get right. Just notice how your chest gently expands as the light beneath you brightens and softens as the glow fades. Maybe they begin to move together, just a little. Maybe your breath falls into step with the forest's soft heartbeat without any effort at all. Inhale, the light rises. Exhale, the light falls. Again and again and again. Around you, the trees are breathing too. The glow within their trunks grows a touch stronger as you breathe in. It settles and dims a little as you breathe out. A quiet, shared rhythm, moving through wood and leaf, through bark and root, through the soft cradle of earth that holds you. The whole forest seems to be resting with you, breathing with you, beating with you. You might sense, in a hazy, gentle way, that the spaces between your thoughts are widening. Each time the light rises, thought becomes a little lighter. Each time it falls, thought becomes a little quieter. They soften at the edges, these thoughts. They blur and fade, like lines drawn in sand touched by a harmless lapping tide. There is nothing you have to follow, nothing you have to hold. The rhythm is here. It is enough. The steady, slow pulse under you, the soft rise and fall of your own breathing, the quiet heart of the forest beating in time with your own, all of it weaving together into one shared lull, one shared resting place where you are simply allowed to be. Here, you do not need to manage anything. You do not need to plan. You do not need to remember. You do not need to carry any weight at all. The forest holds that for you now. The trees around this circle stand like gentle guardians, shoulders leaned in, branches forming a loose shelter high above, their soft light joining together in a tender, protective ring. They are not watching to judge. They are watching to care. You are completely accepted here, exactly as you are in this moment. Every feeling is allowed. Every breath is welcomed. Whatever you bring, the forest receives it and rocks it slowly, like something precious being soothed to sleep. If anything inside feels tight, it can rest. If anything feels restless, it can be rocked by the slow beat beneath you. You might imagine that with each pulse from the ground, a gentle warmth moves up through your body. It begins low, at the very base of you, and travels upward with kindness. It moves through tired muscles, through any lingering tension, through all the small places that try to stay alert. With every wave of light, those places soften. With every slow beat, they loosen and grow heavy, sinking down into the support beneath them. Your shoulders no longer need to hold themselves up. Your hands no longer need to reach for anything. Your jaw can slacken, your eyes can drift, or even close completely in this dream space. There is nowhere you must look, nowhere you must go, nothing at all you must do. Only this shared rhythm. The forest breathes in, you breathe in. The forest breathes out, you breathe out. Again and again, gentle, unbroken, quiet. It may start to feel as though the boundary between your body and the forest is fading a little. The line where you end and the ground begins becomes soft and blurry. The glow beneath you is also within you. The calm heartbeat in the earth echoes in your chest. The steady breathing of the trees moves through your lungs. You are not lost. You are not disappearing. You are simply resting in something larger that is warm and kind and endlessly patient. If a thought appears, You can let it float on the surface of this light and drift away. No need to push it, no need to chase it. It simply rises for a moment, then glides off with the next gentle wave, dissolving as the pulse fades again. Thought after thought, loosening, letting go, melting into the glow beneath you until there is only the feeling of being held. The circle of trees stands steady around you. They have been here a long time, and they will remain, keeping watch, breathing gently, holding the quiet. You are safe in their care, supported from all sides, supported from below, supported from within, by your own calm and slowing breath. Time thins out here. Moments stretch and blur together like a soft, endless exhale. There is no rush to move on, no need to get up. You are allowed to linger in this center of the forest for as long as you wish, resting in the slow heartbeat of the earth, in the soft glow of the dream-glass trees, in the warm safety of this hidden, quiet place. Breath rises, breath falls. Light rises, light falls, over and over, like a gentle rocking that could go on forever. And as this rhythm continues, as the forest heart beats softly beneath you and through you, you are free to drift as far as you like, into rest, into sleep, into the deepest, quietest kind of ease, where everything is cared for, and you are simply, peacefully here. The trees stand around you in an easy, quiet glow. Shapes you have come to know, curving branches, soft glass leaves, lantern light drifting like warm breaths of color in the dark. The air is still and kind. Nothing asks anything of you. Nothing needs you to move quickly. You are here, unhurried, wrapped in this gentle, watching forest. Notice how calm your body feels now, the steady weight of it, the way it rests against whatever is holding you, supported, safe, cradled by the night and by this soft, dreamlike place. Somewhere not far away, the familiar whispering song of the forest continues. It is quieter now, slower, as if every sound is stretching out, growing long and lazy, like a cat falling back into sleep. You are standing, or lying, or simply floating here. You do not have to decide. You do not have to picture it clearly. However it appears in your mind is perfectly right. Everything in this moment is allowed to be vague and soft around the edges. Ahead, the dream-glass trees seem to breathe. Their trunks glow and fade with gentle pulse. With each slow breath you take, they seem to blur just a little more, like colors quietly melting into each other. A warm, calm feeling moves through you, like a slow current. It carries away any sharp thoughts, any tightness, any leftover noise from the day. All of it loosens, as if the forest itself is exhaling for you. Far above, lanterns drift among the branches. You have followed them before, watched them sway and wander. Now, they begin to rise a little higher. They move with the lightness of soap bubbles, but steadier, more sure. They lift and lift until their glow begins to thin. As you watch, their colors soften into pale points of light. lanterns becoming distant stars, closer than the stars of the everyday sky, yet far enough that you do not need to reach them. They are simply there, keeping you company in the soft dark. The forest song follows them upward, the tiny clinks of glass, the rustle of crystal leaves, the hush of branches. All of it drifts, stretching out into a single, gentle hum. That hum is like something you have always known, almost like the sound of distant waves, almost like a familiar voice just beyond words. Comforting, even when you cannot make out what it says. The trunks of the trees lose their clear lines. They blur as though sleep itself is drawing a soft cloth over the forest. Colors blend together, silvers and pale blues, hints of soft green. They gather into a gentle, glowing mist. You are not leaving this place. You are only sinking more deeply into it, moving from clear shapes into something quieter, smoother, more open, like walking from sunlight into a cool, dim pool and letting the water close gently over you. Feel how easy it is to let the details fade. You do not need to hold on to how each leaf looks. You do not need to remember every path or every stone. They can dissolve, and you remain, floating inside the feeling of the forest instead. Your breath moves slowly, like a small boat rocking on a calm lake, in and out, in and out. The body knows the rhythm. You do not have to guide it. With each breath, the Dream-Glass Forest grows softer. The trees step back into the haze of night, not disappearing, just becoming part of a larger, gentle darkness. The kind of darkness that feels like a blanket, not an empty space. Beyond the trees, the ground no longer needs to be solid. It might feel like water, or like a warm cloud, or like nothing at all. Only the sense of being carried with no effort, no strain. Above, the lantern stars shimmer faintly. They are peaceful, content to float where they are. You do not have to follow them. They can shine quietly on their own, while you drift in this softer place below. The humming forest song has become so gentle now that it is almost part of the silence. You might hear it, or you might simply feel it, like a vibration deep inside your chest. Slow, even, steady. A sound that invites you to rest a little more, and then a little more again. Thoughts, when they appear, are like tiny leaves on a wide, dark river. They touch the surface of your mind and then move on. No need to chase them. No need to push them away. Just drifting, turning, and sliding out of sight. Here, you are not moving forward or backward. You are simply floating in the middle of a calm night. The forest behind you, the stars above you, the quiet hum all around you. Time loosens its grip. Moments blend into one smooth, gentle now. If part of you wishes to stay more awake, it can rest here in a dreamy awareness, softly watching the play of light and shadow, noticing how peaceful it feels, just to exist without doing anything at all. And if another part of you is ready to fall fully into sleep, it can sink a little deeper, like a stone dropping into the center of a still pond, leaving no ripples, no sound. Your body knows how to do this. Your mind knows how to let go. The shapes of the dream-glass trees are far behind the mist now, but their kindness is still with you. Their glow lingers as a memory under your skin, a quiet promise that you can return whenever you wish, whenever you need a gentle place to rest. For now, you drift in a space that has no edges, soft, open, and safe. The border between you and the night has grown thin. It is hard to tell where you end and the calm around you begins. Breath flows. The hum of the forest becomes silence, and then almost a lullaby within that silence. The distant stars blink slowly. Maybe you see them. Maybe you only feel them as tiny, watching comforts. Nothing pulls at you here. Nothing demands your attention. You are completely free to loosen your hold on everything, to sink and float at the same time. If sleep is arriving, you do not have to meet it. You can simply allow it to gather around you like gentle fog, covering your thoughts, softening your senses, wrapping you in the quiet of this warm, endless night. If sleep takes longer, that is welcome too. You can remain here, resting inside this calm, breathing slowly, feeling held by a space that is patient and kind, no matter how long you stay. No need to return before you are ready. No need to awaken quickly. You may stay in this floating, drifting stillness as long as you wish, rocked by the silent song of the forest, carried by the soft current of the dark. And as everything grows softer and quieter, thoughts grow thin and far away until there is only breath and warmth and the deep, gentle comfort of this endless, peaceful night. The forest has grown very quiet now, soft and still, as if every glass leaf, every shining branch is resting with you. The paths you walked are fading gently into the dark. Not gone, just drifting farther back, like a memory you no longer need to hold so tightly. What remains is a gentle glow, a calm that lingers in the air around you and in the space within you. Notice how the body feels in this quiet, heavy in a pleasant way, as if the ground itself is holding you up, steady and kind. Muscles loose, breath slow and easy, like a small, gentle tide moving in and out. The dream glass around you seems to soften its light now. Colors dim to a warm hush. Edges blur into a soft shimmer, like starlight seen through half-closed eyes. Nothing asks for your attention. Nothing needs to be done. Here, in this soft afterglow, you are already safe. Safe to rest. Safe to drift. Safe to simply be. You reached this quiet place, and now it holds you. The trees remember the sound of your steps. They remember how your thoughts slowed and your breath deepened. And in their own gentle way, they are still watching over you, standing guard in a circle of calm. If you wish, you can imagine settling at the base of a smooth, glassy trunk. The surface is cool at first, then warms to meet you. Your back rests there, fully supported. The ground beneath feels soft, steady, and welcoming. Above you, the branches weave together like a wide, sheltering roof. Tiny glimmers of light move slowly between them. Not bright, just soft points of comfort, drifting lazily in the dark. Like quiet thoughts that mean no hurry, no worry, no wait at all. Notice how easy it is now to let the mind grow dim. Thoughts can float in, then soften and float away again. They do not need answers here. They do not need fixing or solving. They can simply dissolve into the hush of this gentle place. Each breath you take seems to stir the forest very lightly. On the inhale, a faint shimmer flows toward you. Peace, ease, softness. On the exhale, anything tight, anything heavy, slips away with the breath, melted into the quiet dark beneath the roots. You do not have to try to relax. Relaxation is already happening. You do not have to make sleep come. If sleep wants to arrive, it will find you here, without effort, drawn to the stillness you now carry. The glow of the forest is not just around you, it is within you as well. A small, steady light of calm behind the chest or at the center of the body. You might sense it as warmth or as a gentle spaciousness. You might not feel anything at all, and that is perfectly fine. The quiet is here either way. In this moment, you are completely allowed to rest. Nothing is expected of you. No plans to hold. No roles to play. Only the soft permission to drift, to pause, to float in the afterglow of this night. If tomorrow or the days ahead feel far away, let them stay that way. The forest keeps all distant things at a kind, respectful distance. Here, there is only now, only this breath, this gentle weight of the body, this soothing sense of being held. The Dream-Glass trees know how to wait. They are in no rush. They have watched many nights, many moons, many quiet arrivals and departures. They will remember you, and this peaceful time, whether you return again in dreams or simply carry the memory as a soft feeling. If you notice the mind wandering, it is welcome to wander. Thoughts pass by like small reflections on the glass bark. They appear, shimmer for a moment, then fade back into the dark. You do not have to follow them. You can let them drift by, gentle and unimportant, like leaves on a very slow stream. Sense again the weight of your head, the softness of your face, the jaw loose and easy, the tongue resting comfortably, the eyelids heavy or already closed, forehead smooth and open as if a light, cool hand were resting there in comfort. Feel the shoulders drop just a little more. Feel the arms and hands growing quieter, as if they are sinking deeper into whatever supports them. The chest rises and falls in its own slow rhythm, and the belly is soft, with no need to hold in or hold back. Every part of you is invited to soften. Every part of you is invited to rest. Even the parts that stay a little alert or unsure are welcome here. They too are wrapped in this gentle safety, bathed in the slow, warm glow of the dream glass all around. If sleep is close now, let it come like a low mist through the trees. No sharp edge, no sudden drop, just a slow, quiet thickening of the dark until sounds grow distant and thoughts turn to whispers, then to nothing at all. And if sleep is not here yet, that is also perfectly all right. You are still resting. You are still held in this soft afterglow. You can lie here in the dark, doing nothing, simply breathing, simply being, letting the body soak up the comfort of this time. Know that this forest of glass and light is always easy to find again, not by searching hard, but by remembering this feeling, this ease, this sense of being gently welcomed just as you are, with no demands at all. The memory of it can sit quietly in your chest like a small, calm ember. Whenever the world feels too loud, you might close your eyes and recall the smooth trunks, the shimmer in the branches, the soft path beneath your feet. The forest will appear again in its own way, ready to surround you with stillness. For now, you do not need to go anywhere. You do not need to move at all. You can stay resting here, wrapped in the last soft light of this dream glass place. The glow fades slowly, but the peace it leaves behind remains. Let the night carry you. Let the quiet deepen. Breath by breath, allow yourself to sink into whatever rest is waiting. Whether your eyes close into sleep or you linger here on the edge of dreams, you are safe. You are held. You are gently, completely at ease. And now, with nothing more to do, nothing more to hear, you can simply continue to drift. Deeper into stillness, softer into silence, as the dream forest watches over you in calm, patient peace.